Hello everyone, I hope you're smelling great today and enjoying your favourite fragrances, and this is what we're going to be opening. It is Mason Francis Kurkdjian's Grand Soir. This is what we've got today. It's a 70 milliliter bottle, 2.4 fluid ounces of Mason Francis Kurkdjian's Grand Soir. Can't remember how much this cost. I think it worked out about 130 English. Yeah, I bought it in Bangkok. It was from a reputable. It's not Schneid. Many things that can be found in some countries, like copies or I forget what the word is. Counterfeit. That's it. Counterfeit. This was bought from a reputable market, like it's called Paragon. It's like a shopping centre, and on the lower they have like all Chanel and designer shops, and very exclusive place for people that have money that visit Bangkok or live there, and Thailand. And the lower floor, they've got loads of like different sections dedicated to different perfumers. So there's a wide range of designer booths with all your classics like Dior, Chanel, Ralph Lauren, you name designers, Yves Saint Laurent. They have all those major ones, and then they've got a niche section which had like a wide range of Mason Francis Kurkdjians, Xerjoff, Initio, and Parfum de Marly, Aqua di Parma, Kilian, plenty of Kilian, quite loads, and my nose was on overload. So I purchased this one. It was a toss up between this and Satin Oud, and the Satin Oud out there was the price. I could have got it similar here, and I've got a suspicion that with a bit of due diligence and shopping around, I could get Satin Oud probably cheaper than it was being sold there. But I think this worked out 130. I thought, you know what? Yeah, I'll buy it on. It's 5% off as well. Plus I could get VAT back at the airport. However, I missed the opportunity for that due to the procedure involved. So not to worry. It's a semi-blind buy in the sense that I only smelt it on the strip, the tester strip. So I didn't get a chance to have a wear. I did, if I'm honest, I did prefer Satin Moon initially. However, I kept returning to this tester strip over a day or two, and then I just took the plunge and pulled the trigger on it. And so I'm going to find out what it's like to wear now. We'll open it up, and it's like, as I say, it's not the first time I smell it, but it's been the first time wearing it. I was a bit disappointed in the box. I had Baccarat Rouge, and the other Baccarat Rouge box is a bit like that. This feels a bit like they've done me out some packages. The packaging ain't important, let's be honest, but it's like, I suppose it was quite handy actually, getting it in my luggage because it is small. But yeah, that's it. You sort of have to turn it upside down to get it out. Little. Yeah, the Baccarat Rouge one that slides open and the bottle just sits in like a foam inlay. It's obviously different. So there it is, gold inside. Ambery, there's the juice. There's a slight smell to it. I don't know what the let's have a look. Yeah, okay, so there is a bit of a smell to this. I hope it's not leaking. It doesn't. If it is, it's minimal. I could smell vanilla off that. I don't know what the accords are. Let's have a quick look. Okay, so yeah, the main accords actually are vanilla and amber. It's just 2. So it gets a 4.31 on Fragrantica. It's by Mason Francis Kurkdjian. It's an amber fragrance for women and men. Groundswell was launched in 2016. The nose behind this fragrance was Francis Kurkdjian. Nothing else, no other spiel for that. It looks like most people offer this for a winter or a nighttime fragrance or a fall, so cold weathers by the looks of it. We'll get some on anyway. Don't know how many that was. 7, maybe 8. The initial thing for me there is it's boozy. But you can wheat the amber, and that vanilla's ready to pounce. It's not settled, the vanilla. Now imagine once that settles on the dry down, that vanilla's going to be really dominant. Yeah. There's a thing that I have with Baccarat Rouge, which this sort of feels like it has. It almost feels initially on the opening synthetic. Now that might be because this had no oxygenization, no maceration. That may have something to do with it. It might just be the formula of the perfumery. You may have seen another video of mine where I did Baccarat Rouge against Barakat Rouge. the dupe versus the original, and on the opening certainly the dupe come out better. It smelled less synthetic than the original, though obviously, you know, on the dry down, the original, yeah, it comes into its own phenomenal fragrance. So what we got in this, we've got amber vanilla, cyan benzoin, tonka bean, Spanish labdanum, and lavender. Minimal notes in there. It's been quite trendy. It's trended well. The end of 23, it's been growing in popularity. Steady growth since it's gone. It seems the trajectory has just gone up. Little dips and that, but up. So maybe more people are getting a nose in it or appreciating it a bit more. My initial reactions, I mean, once that syntheticness goes down, I wasn't overwhelmed when I first smelt it on the paper. I was massively overwhelmed with Satin Oud. However, I kept returning to this one on the card, and it's a lot more subtle than Satin Oud, but there was something very Moorish around it, just bringing me back to it. It might have been the vanilla that was doing that, because I'm a bit of a sucker for vanilla in fragrances. Done right, if it's quality and it's done right. It feels certainly an air of sophistication. This is not a complex fragrance. There's not a lot going off. And I think that adds to its appeal and charm, that it's quite a simplistic, elegant fragrance. It's not trying to be too much. It's just making a statement saying, this is me, this is enough. I'd be interested to see how this performs, to be fair. It stayed on the card for flipping days. Let's have a look. Performance. So longevity, it's long lasting is its highest, and eternal. It's saying price value okay, and then overpriced. Now 70ml of this, is that overpriced? I think this comes in at most retailers around 160, give or take 10 English pounds. 160 for 70ml. Depends what you're going for. Let me say this. I'm going to go out on a limb, and please do challenge this. Once that synthetic opening's gone, I smell it just dissipating and the dry down kicking in. This is class. This is absolute class. There's such an elegance to this that it's got special occasions written all over it. Evening out meal, black tie affair, wearing a suit. Would this be an office scent? Not that I work in an office, so, well, my home is my office. I don't know, I probably wouldn't pull this off as an office scent. I know I probably won't pull this off as a signature scent as well. However, I'd be incredibly excited when wearing this. There is almost booziness with this in the dried out. It's got a feel of soapiness, a small soapiness, not a real thick, deepy one. And it's not unpleasant. Usually I'm a bit put off by soapiness in fragrances, though not in this. I think the vanilla counteracts it, that it as soon as it starts feeling a bit soapy, the sweetness of that vanilla just kicks right in. One thing I have noticed, and yeah, I'd be interested to hear if anyone else experiences it. As you can see, yeah, I've had a shave. And it may have been just because I've been somewhere hot that my fragrances weren't lasting as long on skin. And I'm talking killer longevity fragrances weren't lasting long at all. Now, I don't know whether that's anything to do with the hot weather or it's not staying around as much as when sprayed on beard hair. So that's something to consider. Maybe I might have to bring back the beard just to get more appreciation and longevity out of the old frags. So let me know if you've experienced anything like that. We'll have a little look at some pros. Beautiful scent with a warmth from amber, vanilla and wood. Textbook example of amber's genre. Excellent longevity, that gets 270 thumbs up, 9. So yeah, pleased to hear about that. Addictively attractive. Well, I kept going back to the tester strip on paper, and yeah, I kept going back to that and satin oud. Sorry to keep going on about the satin oud, though. I was like that with them both, and I just kept coming over edging to this, and I ended up pulling the trigger. Suitable for all genders. Talking of that, which would I place this in if I had to? I think it slightly edges masculine, slightly, and that's negligible. And that's probably just, there's a woodiness to it, though it's not even worth discussing. Anyone could pull this off. Great for layering. 79 thumbs up and 94 thumbs down. That's relatively even. Now, my initial thoughts is I would layer this as if I'd layer Xerjoff Naxos. I wouldn't. I believe that it's a fragrance in its own right. I'd be interested to know what others people would layer with this, because you've got your amber and your vanilla. What would you want to add to this? I guess put some more deeper wood or vetiver maybe, though. Yeah, I'd be interested to hear if anyone has layered this, what they layer it with. So yeah, so there are your pros. Cons, not preferred by people who prefer fresh, clean scents. Again, that's like a ridiculous statement. Fairly linear scent with little complexity and nuance. Now, it isn't complicated. It isn't. And to me, well, it's not complicated to me. It may, some people maybe will pick up different facets within this, but to me it's not. And that is its appeal. That's its charm for me. That it isn't too complicated. It's almost like you know what you're going to get with this. And sometimes that's great. Just a standard fragrance, you know that that's what it is, and put it on and you'll get that result. I don't see that as a con myself. And if you're looking for something more complex, then look for something that's got more than 2, 4, 6 notes. Do you know what I mean? That's in itself telling you it's not a complex. It hasn't even got top notes, middle notes, and base note. May cause backlash from sensitive noses in warm weather. I probably wouldn't wear this in, well, saying that, I would try and wear it in hot weather. I was going to say it probably won't work in hot weather. However, Naxos, to me, in hot weather, really improves its performance. I'd like to try this actually, though my initial thought says this is probably cool cold weather. Though, yeah, we'll wait and see for that. Moderate sillage, feminine, dry down, perceived as too sweet by some people. Yeah, well, it is sweet. That vanilla is sweet. That tonka bean with it. I think that lavender, that soapiness, or the labdanum, that just brings it back to just when it's getting sweet, too sweet. They bring it back. And just as it's getting too soapy, the sweetness kicks in. It's interesting the way, yeah, the formulation, how it works, on my skin anyway. So, blunt with no depth or nuances. Again, that's similar to the other one. That does a fragrance have to have depth and nuances to be decent? Sometimes I like an uncomplicated, just, grab it, spray it out, enjoy it. Yeah. Harsh burnt edges to the scent. Now, my thing with that, I don't know about the harsh burnt edges. It's only 25 thumbs up, 186. My con would be synthetic opening. That's until it settles down and it finds itself. Oh right, the next one here is unbalanced scent, but even that gets 14 thumbs up and 208, so 100's not agreeing with that. However, I'd say reframe that and say unbalanced opening. Once that opening's dissipated, no, this becomes quite a solid fixed scent. Fixed, that was not thick. Opening is not it. Smells mature in my opinion. Nice dry down but overhyped. Unisex. Does it get some hype? I don't know. I just don't know, to be honest. I know Baccarat Rouge does. That seems to be the main one. This is Nishane Annie mixed with a cheap spice perfumes you get from a Gulf old market. Smells cheap for the price, no offence. Glad I got a sample and didn't blind buy this one. Okay, there's a real long one here. I won't read it. Metallic to me, just not for me. The smell is not for me. Fair enough. This is by far my favourite fragrance of all time, and still to this day the best thing I've ever smelled. Amber and vanilla perfection. The best dry down of all time. With this amazing vanilla, 11 out of 10, we'll be buying a 200ml pack of. Yeah, well, I understand what that guy means. I'm like that with Herod, like backup bottles of Herod. I'm glad you found a fragrance you like, mate. Though, isn't that a contrast? Like, some people absolutely certainly not for them, and then that guy, it's his favourite fragrance. Okay, Grand Soir starts off too aftershave-y with the same irritating note combination I smell in Musk Ravager, which I detest. Though not quite as sharp and prominent here, thankfully. I think this is a combination of DHM and lavender with something else thrown in, perhaps clary sage, but unlike the aforementioned MR, this facet in Grand Soir smooths down more, leaving a nutty kind of cognacy. Sorry, that's cognaccy. So is that even a word? Cognaccy. Still, not one for me. Too aftershavey. Yeah, that rhymed. Must be incompatibility with my body chemistry compared to those multitudes who love this. Musk Ravager, I literally have to wash away. This one I can tolerate, but not like. GS is a must-have amber fragrance in my opinion. Nothing groundbreaking, but simply gorgeous, and above all, so easy to wear. Yeah, you said it for me, mate. I'm reviewing this fragrance again because I underestimated this the first time. This fragrance was so good. It's been a week since I applied it. and I can still smell it. Not to mention that I have showered at least 5 times since I put off flipping out. Hope it hasn't stained me flipping top. But to the scent, there isn't a lot of things to say about the scent. Strong amber for at least 8 hours, and then vanilla mixed with amber in the rest of it. So yeah, if that's, if you like both of those accords, it's clear there in the accords. Amber, vanilla, accord. That's it. No. Have you ever gotten a whiff of a freshly opened bottle of kombucha? This fragrance captures exactly that. If you enjoy the smell of kombucha, this would highly recommend to you. God dang, overpriced and overrated. How this is vanilla, it seems overwhelmingly spicy and it fagged up my nose. I really thought I'd love this one. I don't know, I got a bad bottle, but it smelled like intense borderline rancid almond essence. On the plus side, if this one does work for you, it's hella strong. I had to turn a fan on to get the fumes out my study after spraying it on a tester strip. Well, at least you could put it in some cakes then, if it's like almond essence. Don't waste it. I'm really unsure why the hate on this one. Easily gets 9 out of 10 for me. You definitely get that amber in the beginning, and it almost smells tobacco like. Yes, I know there's no tobacco in here. It's a bit sweet, but I wouldn't say overpowering. The dry down explodes with vanilla. Pretty solid charge. You know MFK lasts a while on the skin. Grand Soir smells expensive and luxurious as well as empty and unfinished. Honestly, to my nose, it's quite linear and femininely leaning. Smells like vanilla extract with hints of clove. Pretty fucking boring. It reminds me of a less complex version of a fragrance such as Mus Ravager, Egoist, Jazz Club, and By the Fireplace. If you know what I'm saying, then you know what I'm saying. Paris Nights by Alexandria is by far the closest clone of Grand Soir. I have both with you absolutely cannot tell the difference. Probably the only scent out of 4 that I've tried from this house that I can say is tolerable. Very basic and common, I don't get it. Too overpriced and lasts only moderately. Washing machine detergent. I'm not a fan of this house. It smells like a grandpa, but in an amazing way. I wonder if that is a man or a woman. Sex in a bottle. My husband can't keep his hands off me. Everything I wear this. I believe that's probably every time I wear this. OMG, this is addictive. Only heavenly vanilla and amber, and it's so yummy and warm. I think it's perfectly unisex, but personally I love smelling this on my man rather than on myself. Probably one of the best perfumes I've ever smelled. Yeah, what can I say? I'm a big fan of this already. So on my first wear. This is one of them ones that I'm just going to grow to love and love. A fragrance that can and will set your nose hairs on fire. Would maybe be nice smelling it if I did not have a visceral bodily reaction to it. Blew my nose afterwards and a little blood cut came out. Not a great sign. Well, flipping out. Sure that was a bottle less and one smell. Schneid one. Okay, I wore this today and it was 20 Celsius and it smells gorgeous in warm weather. That's good to know. I felt hurried at a Saks counter, hurried by me. There was so many fragrances to try and I sprayed this and immediately thought very interesting, then moved on. But it stuck with me. I really want to smell this again. That's what I got, my friend, is I wasn't really, it was meh, and I was going towards the satin oud, though over the next day or two, something kept pulling me back to this on the tester strip. There was just something so warm and loving and inviting, almost addictive, to bringing me back to it. It was odd. getting about doing stuff, and Andrew, kept going over and sniffing it. Crazy. Very nice, but a bit boring. Man smelling it ain't enough. I need to fuck it. You go, Trey Short. Flipping. Yeah, I don't know if it fit in there, mate, but yeah, I know what you mean. He obviously likes it. This opens as a sexy, spicy amber, mesmerising and titillating. This reminds me of steamy cuddles in bed and winks cast across the bar. Labdanum and vanilla and sex. Delicious. Flipping out, these comments are getting lewder and lewder. What is this stuff? Beautiful fragrance. Don't think it's worth 175 quid, but will be 100% getting a bottle. Lol. Pulls compliments every time I wear this. There you go. I think we'll end on that. So, yep, look forward to wearing it. See if what comments have been made there, hang true and, check out the longevity. I'm out tonight. I will be around people. Again, never fishing for a compliment. If I get one or two. There is someone actually where I go, they always flipping grab me and sniff me, and they're honest to what they like and that, and they'll say whether they like it or not, to what they feel is palatable to their olfactory system. I never buy a fragrance for anyone else ever. I don't think I ever have. I've always bought a fragrance because it conjures up something in me, some feelings, there's some emotion or memory, or there's a sense of comfort or enjoyment or pleasure within that fragrance that I anticipate I'm going to enjoy and again and again. So, and enjoy wearing it and enjoy the journey of wearing it. So yeah, regardless what other people say, whether it's comments or not, whether it's compliments or not, my suggestion would be do it for you. Do it for the love for you and your well-being. Yeah, so with that, I'll sign off and say thanks for taking time to share with me this. And I wish you all the best and hope you are creating value in your life and your environment. So thank you guys. Bye.